let's try to get this. People are being, very patient. They keep asking me, Mayor, is it ever going to happen? Are we ever going to get that? We're being very patient, though. I mean, I give people credit. We do have patient, nice people in St. Francis. But eventually, I want to get them an answer. So I just keep working on it. That's why I put my reports together, because it helps me. I force myself every other week to revisit these items, and you guys all have a copy of it, because I need to revisit them for myself too, because of my schedule and what I'm doing. And so then I put it right on the mayor's report, so everybody knows I'm working on these items, and I'm thinking about it. So I think that if I have a perception of an integrity problem, I think it's out of political disagreement. And because I haven't heard from citizens, except one 3 years ago, that sent me a very, very harsh email. But since then I've been reelected, that I have an integrity problem. Citizens are not contacting me that I have an integrity problem. They're not questioning me on my integrity. My council members are questioning my integrity. We have a political disagreement problem here. And political disagreements need to be settled civilly and through professionalism. And I am willing to do that any time. I'll take complete responsibility if they think my questions are too difficult, I'm being impatient, I'm being too harsh. I'll take responsibility, I'll back off. But tell me how we're going to get it done. That's it. So obviously that was a great question. And thank you for whoever submitted that. So what else is on everybody's mind? That was a hard one.
I got one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And thank you for coming.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, gotta go eat.
I don't know
Yes.
if this is answered or not, but the last I saw on the town hall page, which I'm new to, it's about the vet moving, locations.
The St. Francis Veteran Clinic? Yeah?
Right.
Animal Hospital, thank you.
That's it. And I take my dogs there. Why I couldn't think of it, I don't know. Now, my question is, it was actually, I believe, submitted that they wanted to do a 24-hour clinic, especially for emergency cases.
Is there a number?
Well, I
Yeah,
was.
they didn't want to go 24 hours, did they?
Okay.
The St. Francis Animal Hospital.
No, they were looking at having a kennel.
Kennel.
Kennel, like overnight stay.
Yeah.
Kennel.
Oh, because they had on the page it said emergency services, and then it was turned down, and I didn't know why they would have turned that.
We had some neighbors that were really like, they're like, the barking is going to be a problem, or this is going to be a problem, and we're like, wait, these are sick dogs, and they're going to be in a special room. They're not going to be outside, I mean, the plan was very specific that they were going to be inside and only there as long as while they were in recovery. And so we did pass, the Plan Commission passed a special use. That was a special use ordinance. So we passed that. And they got permission to operate, but I think their plan, all of a sudden they were put on hold on their plans, and I don't know exactly why.
And they're not going to be a 24 hour. I don't even have an animal, but the only place you go for 24 hours now is at Glendale, I think.
No, this wasn't going to be a 24 hour.
27. Ryan.
Oh, real hot started up there.
Laura, do you
I
remember?
frequented that.
I'll put you on the spot.
What? Remember what?
Laura's running for Alderman first district. You remember, Laura?
I didn't hear what the question was. I was answering her.
No, I'm pretty sure no 24 hours. It wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think it was 24 hours. I remember hearing the boarding, but I don't remember 24
Wait,
hours.
nobody lives right there.
The boarding only for people, the sick dogs. It wasn't boarding for like, here, come and bring your dog. Yeah. So So I'm a little concerned, you know, we thought we were gonna get that new building, and, you know, there were a lot of different kind of turns and twists and turns in the road for them. And I think because business people, as you so handily pointed out, business people operate a little bit differently, you know, and I think when things were taking a little longer than expected, or whatever, you know, they made a different turn, you know. They were along the St. Francis path, and they're moving, they're growing, they're expanding, they're looking at their business model, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Look, business model's taking me this way." And before you know it, all of a sudden St. Francis was kind of on the wrong turn. I think, that's just my opinion. Because, you know, businesses are very fluid these days. Because they have to worry about profitability, expenses, so, yeah. So, you know, they make fluid decisions that are the best for their organization, so. We're hoping they come back to the table, come back on our route. So,
Who comes back?
the St. Francis animal, well, no,
Animal.
the animal hospital, the one on KK.
Yeah, the one on
They're gonna relocate.
The one on KK.
They're gonna relocate to the corner of, across from the brewery.
Yeah.
The east
Well,
one.
maybe if the two, or if the neighbors are so upset, Crawford or whatever, I don't know, if you go to the one on the southwest corner, man, that's all open.
We tried that one, and the council said they wouldn't give an acre parcel. They wouldn't subdivide an acre on that side. So
That's too
we
big,
came up,
too big of an
a couple of us came up with a plan, give them the other side,
Yeah.
that's smaller.
Nobody's there.
But there's some grading issues, there's some geopile issues. Darren could give more of the technical terms of some preparation issues that came up.
Subsoil load limitation.
Thank
Is that it?
you.
That's a question.
Subsoil load.
All of them along Thompson,
Yeah.
from KK Norwich, you know, I mean, all the years I've lived here, that's been empty, you know. Well, how come, I mean, I don't care if people build there or not. What's wrong with that area?
Which one are you talking about?
It's the south side of Norwich, you know, when you go
My KK.
east of KK, and then all of that to Thompson Meadows.
Right, we own that. We bought that from We
The
Energy.
city, oh, really?
And
How
so,
come that
we've been
doesn't-
marketing it, that Dickman Realtors, they bring us people, but it seems we get storage people all the time. It's like, well, another storage proposal. It's like,
Yeah, okay.
so,
Is that office still, is that still on the table?
I hope so. I hope they just made a temporary turn into another project, because, you know, they only have so many resources. And I believe that they just had to put their resources elsewhere at this particular time. And remember, they still have that great business from St. Francis. They still have their clients. They have their clients on KK. So I can see how maybe they had to put their priorities somewhere else for the time being, but I'm looking forward to them still, relocating that relocation, so.
I mean, people find St. Francis is like, it's kind of a hidden thing.
Right.
A lot of people don't know about. Here we are, we've got our own private freeway, you're downtown in 5 minutes. You can't beat it, man.
I like that. Joy, I'm gonna write that one down. I like the private freeway.
Well,
Let's have
it
a
is.
marketing.
Oh my
We have our
gosh.
private freeway. I've never used that. I wanna make sure. Now, did I get, is my video okay here? Oh, yeah. I hope I was in there. All right. So what? Anybody else have any other questions? Okay. I'll go back to the front.
Francis even have a welcome?
Whoa.
Be careful there.
Does St. Francis have a,
Like
what?
a welcome committee, you know, when you buy a house.
Oh, that's a really good question. Alderwoman Shandell has brought that up. She wants to start a welcome committee. She wants to start like a welcome wagon.
Because I've been in my house 10 years and I still have never seen my person.
Oh, yeah, she wants to start one.
Chandel, you're.
She is your altar person.
And I, no, I
And she wants to come. And here's Laura. Laura, you're gonna come to her house?
Sure, where do you live?
6229 East April Avenue.
I'm looking
Okay, so
I'm
here's,
saying I've never seen.
we have Anna from
the
the,
person.
well, we have Anna from the Historical Society. I'll tell you what I tried to do a while ago is, I had a new resident reception, and I'd send out to like 20, I'd get the report from a realtor, Tony Spot. She's a really nice realtor. And she'd give me like the new people that moved into town, and I'd send them this invite, and I'd say, come to the brewery for the new resident reception. And then the 2 times we did it, we got 2 people each time. But we tried it. We got 2 people. I mean, I only sent to like 20.
Well, I'm just saying,
So
if
two's
I
not
had
bad,
a problem,
actually.
I wouldn't even know who it is to call me.
Well, you're right. We need to do that because we're getting more new people in the city, and we need to go with the welcome wagon committee.
There's a house next door to me, I know is being finished to be resold. And so is the house across the street.
Right.
So that's gonna bring 2 new neighbors,
And you
and
know,
a new neighbor up the street.
That kind of a network would be nice to have too. Our network where like people can call and say, hey Mayor, I think the house next door to me is going up for sale and we're getting some turnover in my neighborhood. How about if we do something like a block party or we should have people bring that kind of important welcoming activities forward. Yes, Anna.
Well, I think that there's been communities where they actually physically go to the house and give them a basket of something, maybe something reflects the community, whether it's coupons or it's products, like a welcome wagon care package. Because they didn't come up, I was with CoryAnn with this both times, and we were so disappointed because we were really hoping that people would come, but I think that when people come into the community, they're a little bit, nervous, they don't know anybody, and they have somebody, volunteers that actually go to their door with a care package. But we have Bloody Squirrels, we have a lot of different places that we can maybe get samples to put into a nice box to say this is what our community. CoryAnn and I work together with the 2nd grade teachers at Willow Glen, and the kids put together a city guide, and it was so cute. And I did all the layout and everything on it, and the kids wrote little blurbs, 2nd graders, writing about these different businesses in St. Francis. And so we put together and we delivered them to the businesses. And Seraphino's and the Cake Lady down at KK, they contacted the school. They were so excited about being in it that they're going to have cake for the kids and pizza for the kids and stuff. And I was blown away because I'd gone to Dr. Sue's breakfast at Willow Glen. I was talking to the superintendent, and I was being told that by the teacher that they're actually getting businesses calling them now about this city guide. But
I think that is.
so something like that. And I found just by working with the kids how many businesses we do have
Everyone wants to see it.
in St. Francis that
I
you
can
could
try to get
probably
one.
gather.
I guess you're gonna get that one.
I'm getting this one good. It's awesome.
But let other people see it. That's the only copy I have right now. It's the only copy I have with
It
me.
was the Historical Society working with the 2nd graders on their unit on community. That's what it was.
So we have exciting projects like this going on that we can use for welcoming the public, but I believe, the time is now to take some more initiative and get this welcome.
Especially with cars getting booked.
Yes, the neighborhood watch. We have a great email network too with the neighborhood watch. Pardon?
I'm up at night to go my back, and I've watched this guy around the block checking doorknobs.
Really?
Yeah, and then I called the cops and they came.
You did? You called them? Good, good.
That's what
So-
my neighbor said.
Neighborhood Watch expansion, especially if you're not on the Neighborhood Watch email, everybody. I have whoever's on my sign-up sheet, I can forward that to Shane if you want me to. Forward it to him. He's our Neighborhood Watch coordinator, and he can put you on special email, which tells you, which will tell you immediately what's going on in the St. Francis Police Department. If there's a scam going on, or they want you to know something special. And I think Facebook is okay. Everybody knows I'm not on Facebook, but I like the email. It comes right to your phone, and you know what's going on, and it works out nice. It's a real good service, and we're willing to do it for people if they want to know what's going on in the Neighborhood Watch. So, any other questions? Yes.
Well, this isn't a question per se, other than for everyone, to get back to the heart of this recall election. Show of hands, who's on Facebook? Who's on that? Okay. I'm not, for the city things, but everything that I have heard is that it is nothing but gutter talk, slinging mud. I question how, the mayor's professionalism can be questioned, while that is the entire basis of this recall. And for me, I think, to your point, living here 10 years, never met your alderperson, we all can pretty much attest to the fact that other than our mayor, do we ever get public forums, Q&As, accessibility, face-to-face time? I mean, I'm on the Parks Commission, and so I make a point of going to a lot of the summer concerts and things like that. And yes, I can corroborate all of that money and the improvements put into Retner Park to have the fumes of an auto shop right next to the playground. Not the best location, right? But our other alder people that oftentimes are lobbing these accusations, they don't make themselves accessible. They're not out there. They're not doing anything that I see is moving the city towards growth and towards unity. I see them dividing a lot. So I think it's time. I have no intent of getting on Facebook because of this, but if you are, I guess I would challenge the people that really are divisive, name-calling, and I don't think they've got a substantive claim that there has been any violation that justifies a recall. It's pretty much in the hands of the citizens. Earlier it was asked, what can the mayor do to bring unity? I agree 100%. It's not the mayor's job. It's every citizen's job to bring unity. It's every citizen's job to make sure that all of our elected officials are doing things that are in our best interest. And I don't think that any of this is in our best interest. In fact, to people that drive through here from other cities, it makes St. Francis a laughing stock.
Can I just chime in? I will embarrassingly and proudly say I am one of the administrators on the town hall page. It's more like.
I'm glad I'm not.
It's a thankless job, Jim.
I don't take a side. I'm a resident. I have questions just like everybody else. I did try to get both candidates together to do a debate.
Which I would have loved.
Which backfired and came upon me in a negative way, and I don't need that. I'm not on that page to pick a side, and you guys over there unfortunately have been part of it too, but I don't think anyone that was, maybe I'm wrong, hopefully I'm wrong, if there was anyone on that page that was so against the mayor, and I have all these questions and accusations, anybody here, I almost hope that there's somebody here to just speak, because I always feel like everybody speaks on that page, and I just think it's so ugly, and all the issues get missed, and
It's not civil.
I hope that there is. And
I'll just say, I wouldn't be here if it wouldn't be for that page, because I wouldn't have known about this. Because it was on that page about this Q&A. How else would I have known about the Q&A?
I think we all have answers, we all have concerns and questions. It just, the cattiness, and I'm sure many of us have high school and grade school kids that probably act a lot better, and it gets so ugly so fast that it's very disheartening. And I'm glad you raised your hand, so please. No, I don't mean to call you out in any bad way at all. I will stand up.
I moved to St. Francis about a year ago, and in my desperation to try to get to know my neighbors, you know, I go on Facebook, different St. Francis, you know, groups, and unfortunately I joined the 3 they're currently going, and to my surprise, it's not unfold. To my surprise, it wasn't positively St. Francis. I recently discovered that I am the mayor's minion intro just because I questioned some of the information posted on the page. And I didn't know if I should feel proud or
I don't know what that means.
I was just like, let me get my dictionary, ask Alexa or Google. I'm like, what is this? But you know, it brings me to my point today that as much as, you know, Facebook is such a wonderful tool, it can also be such a powerful weapon. And it's unfortunate that I get to attack someone without even knowing them. And most of us aren't like that. I hope we're not. You know, if you put that much attention to me, you'll soon realize that my life will just literally leave you blind. You know, like I just couldn't stand it. And I thank the mayor for changing her mind and having a Facebook page of some kind, even if it's just for running. You know, it shows a lot that she cares about the city. And I am the person that asks on the little page on how many gallons of coffee you would need to meet.
Was it 92?
It was 92.
Yes, because my fear is, if I have a coffee just with her, what's stopping her from the next day going at it and having a discussion between her and her friends about what she said and what I said? So I thank the mayor for this opportunity. I really do. I met a lot of great people in the meantime, but there's a lot of people that will never forget just because they had the nerve to inbox me right away and they couldn't stand the heat. And as a woman, I take it as a man ordered me without a witness, and how dare you. So I don't appreciate that at all, and that's why I'm here supporting CoryAnn, giving her as many questions as I possibly could because I'm trying to get to know my community. So whoever made this possible, thank you.
St. Francis is
It is insane. I'm like, what did I get myself into?
Found all this.
You know, I just like to say, in regards to that town hall page, and first of all, my name is Cory. I don't live in St. Francis. I do a lot of things in my parents live here. I like to spit out of it, so I try to keep up at Girl Scouts and other things that are in the city. But what really was the worst part of that page, and all the bantering and all the bullying and all the name calling, was that the people that are claiming that they want business and they want peace and they want community are just stirring the pot, stirring the pot, stirring the pot. And if I was a business owner and I was thinking about moving into St. Francis as a community, I would definitely check out and do my homework and look at that page and think, there is no way, right? I am running the other direction about 1,000,000 miles an hour. And when I posed that, it was kind of like a pin drop. Like nobody really said too much about it. But I'm like, if you really want to be in a mayoral position or an alderman position, alderperson position, then represent your community in a way that you want everyone who does not live in your community to see you. What you say when you close your door, that's your business. But when you're in a public forum, if you do not have the decency to project yourself and not necessarily like, oh, they're so professional, I can't approach them, but in an approachable manner and in a positive manner, that alone to me speaks volumes.
And it also speaks volumes when you're pointing the finger at somebody else and people that are supporting you are doing exactly what you're against and you say nothing. Or you or you like their harassing comment. Yes. Silence means a lot on that page and I'm embarrassed. I've tried to ask questions on both sides. I tried to get the debate and me trying to get questions from the other candidate made him step away from the page. And that speaks about sad. That's sad.
Was he supposed to come today?
No.
And he won't.
No.
Well,
It's just, we all deserve.
in his defense, and
We deserve answers.
he's actually drilling right now. He's at the 128th drilling. He's
But
got
it's not
military.
just this one with all.
I understand that. I'm just saying at this moment,
Right.
And that's fine. I'm glad he's out doing something, but to have residents put questions, you don't want to debate, and that's totally fine. That's his choice, but you have to be able to answer questions and not call me personally. It was like he narrowed down his options to meet with residents, and then now he's done with Facebook, sort of.
Well, and I would just like to speak to that a little bit. I'm Callan Cam. I've lived here. This is my husband Brian. We've been here about 3.5 years. And I believe it was Darren actually that ended up inviting me to the page, and I thought it was great. You know, I didn't know a ton of what. Yeah, before I went into it. I didn't know a lot of what was going on in the community aside from what my neighbors would tell me. And I'd only been a member of that group for, I would say, a few months. I'm not really sure. And really the only exposure I had seen in there was Ken posting about the recall or about area businesses. And I think I answered Cory at one point. I also didn't know what the point of the page was. I thought it was Ken's personal page because he posts so frequently. And I sat by. I don't know enough of what's going on. I really am one of those people that I was looking for answers. So I didn't say anything, and I just sat there and scrolled through and read, and almost left the group because I didn't really feel like it was providing me any real information. It wasn't until the last couple weeks where things really started to get nasty, and I believe it was because the recall was official and people were really going at it. And it wasn't until barely a week and a half ago that I had made my first post or my first comment because I really couldn't understand why that page was so one-sided. So once one person says something, then more people say something, and more questions come up. I think that's where the town hall page literally only just now is finally turning into a place where somebody's having the conversations that needed to happen. Because I know I was just sitting there not doing anything or gonna leave the group, and all of this is being said, and I just had questions. And I was very clear in all my comments that I was not interested in a one-on-one meeting. I'm just not. So we had advocated to do a debate. I know Amanda was working on doing it once she couldn't get it done and had her very valid reasons. Brian stayed in contact with the mayor and asked her if she would do it. She was more than happy to do it, had multiple dates. And then he asked Ken one last time, and then he decided to take himself off Facebook, a platform in which, as far as I'm concerned, he ran an entire recall and his entire mayoral candidacy. So I have an issue with somebody who will not address anything publicly, who wouldn't come answer any of these questions, but will have some type of public face, only in some self-serving right, but not if anybody was going to ask a question about it.
Mayor's job isn't easy.
Right.
No public office job is easy, and there's answers and there's questions. If you do anything wrong, not saying that he did, but either if that's an issue, speaking in front of people, whatever the issue is, he needs to have the answers if he's going to sit up there and represent the city. Right? It's not about this recall happened, I want to put my name in there, and it's not her, it's me. It's not. Our city needs to move to a better place, whether it's her or him. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, but people deserve answers on both sides. So, I don't know, that's all I have to say. Sorry. This isn't my
Yeah,
let's go back to questions.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone's candid remarks. Because, yeah, we have to move forward positively, no matter what, here. And, you know, I have valid observations. Thank you, Mary Carmen, for, you know, I did make the decision to at least, you know, I wanted people to know more about me, and went to the trouble of, you know, making sure I had a website that looked better, and you know, put the Facebook presence of my website out there. But as far as you know, participating in the conversation, it's just not something I've ever been about, and it's just not something, you know, that I can do, you know. So, but I have tried to kick off some wonderful new things that have been overshadowed by all this. I was working on my St. Francis Cares project that a couple of citizens suggested we do, where we have a website and we put out positive things that people are doing and just get them to get on board of doing small things that have great impact. And it was a great idea of a couple citizens. I did end up kicking it off. Right now it's quietly kicked off. Unfortunately, the address, St. Francis Cares, is way closer to St. Francis Hospital, which is St. Francis Care. So it's hard, you gotta put the S on it. But we did our Slow Down sign project. The new State Farm agent is helping me sponsor these signs. And people have been asking for the Slow Down signs for a long time. I had like 50 people that want these signs already that have called me. So these are kind of things I want to do as mayor. You know, help with with needs that we have, whether it be the newcomers, whether it be something for the police department that we can't fit in our budget. They were asking for that UTV for the last 6 or 7 years. And Terry helped us make it happen. Whether it's collaborations with our FBI, which Mary Carmen has helped do very well as the president of the Citizens Academy Association, because they're an important employer in our city. So these are the kind of things that need to happen, need to be talked about. You know, not just, you know, random posts about, oh, you know, businesses and, you know, come have coffee with me. You know, because we all know, you know, I can assume, because people have told me, citizens have told me, that those kind of conversations are pretty much put downs of the mayor, which is pretty, you know, easy to do.
What's a put down of the mayor?
Well, if you're going to go have a private conversation, it's probably going to involve a put down of me.
Oh.
Which is, you know, if it involves a certain piece of legislation or a certain thing I did at the city, so be it. But if it's all about political disagreement and personal disagreement, there's no place for it. If it has to do with my job and what I am doing, fine. And what action I have taken, you know, if it's your discussion with me that you just said you just didn't like my discussion with you. Well, that I can't control that. If you don't like my discussion with you, what does that have to do with my job as mayor? So, But you can turn things around any way you want in this world, not just in St. Francis. We know how this goes. So these kind of meetings are important so that we can get the real information forward, bring the real information forward.
So how about if I schedule a coffee meeting with Ken, and I'll let all of you know when it's going to be, just show up. And then we'll be able to have
I'll make the coffee.
meeting.
I'll brew it.
Yeah. I mean, I really had no problem, and thank you, Rock, for coming.
Thank you.
I really had no problem. We were working together. I don't really know where all this came from. I assume it's because of a business I wasn't in support of. I was just all I'm doing is, I'm the chair of the Plan Commission. I'm not abandoning my commission in the decision of that auto place. But it seems the owners have taken it out on me personally. So I'm only doing my job. I'm standing with my commission, which I'm the chair of. So that's all I can do. I'm not going to abandon them because of fear of retaliation. So, I'm just standing up here and doing the best I can. And I appreciate everyone being here today and being candid. That's what it's all about. It's like, gotta share the facts. So, we have a few pieces of pizza left. That's yours. But any other burning questions that I can answer? All right. Any other comments anybody wants to make?
Just want to say thank you for holding this. It was really.
And we've got the March 8th. And if anyone wants to reach out to Ken and tell him, come on over, we can try it then. We got this place on March 8th.
What time is that?
6:30.
All right, I'll let my folks know. I know I was trying to get a hold of them today, but I think they may have shot.
And thank you, 42 Hill House. Thank you, Terry. This is such a good time. It's pretty good. It's got a different twist to it. Thank you. I have never met you as my minion. I know.